high pressure.
Welcome out there in the internet world on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and all that good stuff. Welcome to the Hybrid Experience. My name is Josh. I'm from Hybrid Media Pro, and today for the inaugural episode, I've got
Coach Mark.
Coach Mark's here. We're going to critique and comment over the matches.
That is correct. It's an honor to be here and to experience the Hybrid Experience with each and every one of you.
Awesome. We're going to go straight into it right now. We're going to talk over Don Juan. We'll get into Don Juan being back into wrestling in a little while. But, we're not going to hold anything back, and we're going to be honest with everything. The reason we're talking right now is because I'm trying to cover up the music as much as possible. Because on Twitch, if they know the music's playing, then they cut all your audio all together. So we're wasting time.
That's a great game plan right there.
Yes. And Don Juan didn't even give us enough time.
Don Juan's all about himself. Good times.
All right, so coming to the ring next is Jacus Pliskin. Jacus has an amazing intro, and he normally uses, I think it's Hey Zep from Saw, the Saw song.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, and it's really awesome.
You know, seeing Jacus back in action is a bit of a throwback. I used to train with him.
There's a lot of history between you and Jacus.
A lot of history. Good friendship, good guy right there. But when he's a man in that ring, he's got a man with a plan. And he looks like he means business right now.
I mean, I've seen Jacus stretch people and beat the crap out of people right there in the middle of the ring. And his opponent that's coming up tonight is in for something.
He's definitely got something on his hands right there, a full plate. Jacus is a very technical, very sound wrestler, big powerhouse guy, and he's definitely bringing his A game.
Now, I do want to point it out because several people have reached out to me on social media. This is the Hybrid Experience. It is a student show. It's made to highlight the students. It's made to help the students transition into the professional world of wrestling. And they asked, that the two people wrestling in this first match are not students of the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Can you explain a little bit what's going on right there?
That is correct. When we first announced we'd be doing the Hybrid Experience, we had such an overwhelming response of people who just wanted to come and help out, from wrestlers to referees to media people, just so many people who wanted to help out. And so these two individuals coming out right now are two of those who wanted to give a helping hand, and we definitely don't want to turn that away, and very appreciative of that.
Awesome. So they're contributing to the show.
Exactly.
All right. His opponent next. Thanks, Don Juan. I appreciate that. Now we are doing this in post. This is a couple of days after when this happened.
That is correct.
And also, I want to point out the crowd. You're going to notice that sometimes they might not know when to cheer. They might be. It's not that they're out of it or anything like that. But this wasn't a walk-up crowd. This wasn't we got a lot of traction and a lot of people wanting to go to the Hybrid Experience when we put this out online that it was going to happen.
Very true.
But this is a student show. So who are all these people that are out in the crowd?
So these are family and friends. So some of these they're first-timers. They've never been to a wrestling show, and so they're experiencing it for the first time. Maybe not know how to react or when to react, but they definitely are behind everybody.
And Don Juan is going to point, spoiler alert, later on he's going to point out that some of the students that are out in the crowd are going to help teach them when to cheer and everything else going on there.
Sometimes
so now we're going back into the action. The music has stopped and we can go ahead and let the wrestling go. Marty Green in the middle of the ring there.
That's a throwback wrestler, been around a long time, very good official, very stern.
So in the white, Jacus Pliskin. In the black, blue, and green, El Rayo.
Lucha. Can't wait to see some of this lucha action going into effect right now.
And of course, in the stripes, Mark. The zebra in the ring. All right.
There's a little fake out right there. Not ready. Jake is quite not ready.
And we're not going to dumb it down for the people listening. We're not going to insult your intelligence or anything like that. We're just going to be brutally honest about what we see in the ring and what's going on. Tie up. Oh,
nice strong.
To the face.
I told you, Jacobs likes to bring that power with him. Big guy. He's going to definitely use it towards his advantage.
El Rayo might be second guessing his choice to come help out that day.
Trying to get that crowd reaction, feeding off the crowd.
Hey, special cameo by Coach Marvel walking in front of the camera right there. All right, duck under.
Nice go behind. And Jake is taking the arm.
Counter.
There you go with some of those lucha skills. Oh, a nice reversal.
All right, Rayo off the ropes. Leapfrog, and then
arm drag.
Beautiful.
Another arm drag.
Beautiful arm drag.
Oh.
Boot to the gut.
That'll stop you in your tracks.
You're not doing any lucha if you can't breathe. What was that? A counter for... Yeah.
Nice counter. Never quite seen that before, but effective nonetheless.
Very lucha.
Very lucha. I think Jake is just kind of second guessing himself now, or getting his head together.
6, 7.
You got to give it up to Rayo. Standing across the ring from Jake, because Jake is very intimidating. He's also very smart. Like he stopped the count right there.
He's going to go on his time. He's psyching the other guy out, El Rayo out. This isn't his first rodeo. Definitely not.
Did you really go to the rodeo route there?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here comes Jacobs.
He's still playing those mind games. Again, on his time. Oh.
Oh, clothesline.
That was a brutal clothesline.
He almost knocked that mask clear off of him.
Oh, Rayo might be seeing some stars right now, and not the good kind.
Did you see the ring move?
Hard way to hit the turnbuckle, and
he's gonna lawn dart him. Oh my goodness! I think the top of his mask drug across the ring there. Did you see that?
And the follow-up with a European uppercut to the back.
I like to call that a dragon corkscrew flying European uppercut.
Yours sounds way better.
Yeah. You can tell I'm not used to doing the commentary because that didn't come out very smooth.
Jake is staying right on top of him, not letting up at all. Ooh. Still working that back, now with the bear. Just taking the breath out of El Rayo.
That's what I was going to ask. You can't breathe when somebody else is doing it.
It's very constricting, definitely hard to breathe.
Coach Mark, how many years have you been wrestling personally?
16 years in this great grand business of ours. Oh.
3 count out of nowhere.
El Rayo with the surprise pin out of nowhere. I think that caught everybody off guard.
Jake is in shock. Okay, you're also noticing the camera guy right there walking in front of the camera. They were filming for the movie Sacred Mask that night. So they were taking some clips during the show, and then after everybody left, there was some crowd that stayed behind, and we filmed for the movie. Once again, the winner of the match, El Rayo against Jacobs. This is the first match for the hybrid experience.
All right, an awesome first match from Jacobs Pliskin
and El Rayo. Now, in this photo right here, you can see Coach Sho Funaki, Coach Jazz, and Coach Rodney Mack wearing the Hybrid School of Wrestling shirts. If you want to pick up one of these shirts, hit us up at the Facebook, facebook.com, hybrid.s.o.w. That's Hybrid School of Wrestling. So you can pick up one of these fresh shirts. All right, let's go on to the next match.
Question, how many first-time wrestling fans here?
So we brought this up earlier about the first time
Have you been to a live
fans.
wrestling show? Okay, who has been to a live wrestling show before? Okay. So they're gonna teach you how to act. They're gonna yell, they're gonna scream, and they're gonna tell you when, you're not good, right? Right? All right, they're gonna tell you when you suck, right? Boo.
That was me telling
All right.
Don Juan.
So we have a few announcements. We want to thank the Hybrid School of Professional Wrestling for putting on this show. If you could please stand up, we would like to recognize the trainers. We have Red Dog Rodney Mack. We have probably the toughest woman in professional wrestling, Jazz. We have Coach Rocky Chris Marvel. I don't know where he's at. We have Sho Funaki. And also, so he doesn't get upset, the conditioning coach, Mark Aguilar. He does a lot. If y'all are hungry, Hunka Bernie Rub is here selling barbecue. Also, we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so follow us. These matches are going to be posted on our YouTube channel and our Twitch. So if you're cool, you know what that is. Me, I have no idea. I just said.
So he just admitted that he's not cool.
Like, okay.
I personally think he thought Twitch was a medical disease at that point.
That's what he gets under his eye right before he needs to start
I
talking.
think so. I think so.
A lot of heart, a lot of character. He's filming the Sacred Master. You might be on film. All right. So one last question. Have you ever heard of the phrase, "The next guy needs no introduction"? Who's heard of that? Well, for this next guy, it's the complete opposite. Because he's making his debut. You've never heard of him. So let's bring him out right now. From San Antonio, Texas, David Kidd.
So there's a lot of history when it comes to David Kidd. This is his first public match, right?
That is correct.
And if I understand right, there is that's his uncle right there in the blue shirt in the
Yes,
front.
yes.
And he was actually my band director, Small World. But I was going to say, there's some history here. Can you tell me how you, Coach Mark, are tied to this guy right here, David Kidd?
So David Kidd and his uncle and I used to work together. And his uncle used to bring him to wrestling shows back in my younger days.
Not his uncle that's my band director.
No, different uncle.
Okay.
And he would come out all my matches, and he caught the bug. When he became of age, he told me, I want to be a wrestler. And so a couple years later, here we are with his debut match.
Small world.
Very small world. I give this guy a hard time, but couldn't be proud
of
of
the
him.
shining students here at Hybrid, from what I've heard. So the question is, who is David Kidd? That's me. I'm David Kidd.
Proud grandma in the crowd.
Now, what are you all about?
That's what family is for.
So I'm all about hard work, doing what's right, following the rules, and going to bed right on time.
All right, and you're a student here. What are your long-term goals with professional wrestling?
Long term, man, I'm winging it. From the short time I've been alive, I've learned that you gotta have fun, live in the moment, and put a smile on every single buddy here.
I've been married longer than he's been alive.
I know everybody wants to ask, how are you not sweating? But anyway, all right.
I don't think
tonight,
puberty
you're
has kicked in
wrestling
quite enough for him to have those sweat
a
glands, so
Rudy
maybe that's how.
Russo. What are your thoughts on facing
Well,
Rudy Russo?
He is just a kid.
Rudy Russo,
That is
I trained
true.
with him. He's a brother, he's a mentor, he's one of the best, but I'm still looking forward to securing the win tonight and showing him a couple surprises.
Easier said than done. His opponent for tonight.
So now I'm going to point this out as Don Juan introduces Rudy Russo coming up right now because he already said his name. But, David Kidd being the kid that he is, and everything that they're taught there at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Are you going to teach David Kidd how to shave when the day comes?
When that day comes, I think we still have some time though. So definitely take the razor blades out for now.
Oh man. So David Kidd, he pointed out that Rudy Russo is a friend and someone he's looked up to before, and there's no bad blood between these gentlemen or anything like that. But this is a heck of a match to make your debut against Rudy Russo.
Definitely no love lost right here. Rudy Russo always makes appearances at Hybrid, teaching these guys some stuff, and
Your referee for this match,
we'll see what David has picked up.
Alex Morosos.
Yes, the ref today for this second match is Alex Morosos. Sign of respect, mutual respect
There
right
it
there.
is, yes. There's the lockup. Oh.
Clean break.
Clean break.
Now,
Again,
Rudy
neutral.
Russo does train over at the Hybrid School of Wrestling.
Correct.
Not sweating and doing push-ups. I hate that kid.
When you're young, you're able to do that type of stuff.
I don't really hate him.
Another strong block up between these two right here. Another clean break. Mutual respect for each other.
Oh, beautiful.
And there goes that experience that Russo has over David Kidd.
Now, I do want to point out the next Hybrid Experience student show is September 28th. September 28th.
So if you weren't able to make it to the inaugural Hybrid show,
Inaugural.
there you go. Definitely come out for the next one.
You're going to want to contact the Facebook page, and I'm pretty sure we're going to do it the same way with the invited guests. But if there's interest, just hit up the Facebook page or go to hybridschoolofwrestling.com.
Definitely.
And let us know that you want to go, and you might end up on the list. I mean, you still got to pay to get in, but the list to pay to get in.
Sounds like a specialist.
Special list. I see what you did there.
Nice go behind by Kidd. Oh, and the roll up. Oh,
That was smooth. That was legit smooth.
another takedown, backslide. And try to get that third pin. Oh, and the headlock takeover.
And he's still not sweating.
Well, you can tell some of these first-timer fans are starting to get into it.
Whoever yelled, "Who's your daddy?" I think that was his grandma from earlier. She knows.
What else are grandmas for but to yell those type of things for you? Oh,
See, now Russo's not going to go easy on him just because he's a kid.
definitely not. It's still about the wins and losses, and Russo is not a guy who wants to take that loss. Oh, roll up. Not quite.
All right, Coach Mark, also speaking of the next show, what is the address to the Hybrid School of Wrestling?
We are located at 7114 Eckerd Road, Suite B. It's right off of Bandera Road.
Truth be told, we cut out the address we said originally and came back and re-recorded it because the school has grown so much and grown so fast that we started in a much smaller building, which went to another building, which became the new Hybrid School of Wrestling, the complex, the compound.
There you go. Which has just been a great asset for us to be able to grow, and grow. Now we're able to have these hybrid experience shows right here in our own facility without having to go out of house.
So knee to the gut there from Russo. Shoulder to the, what is that? The
Gut area, stomach.
The sternum, right?
There you go. Back elbow. I think that took a little bit out of David Kidd.
He hit him with that elbow so hard that his grandma felt it.
He might have hit him so hard puberty started to take place. I'm not sure though. Crowd getting behind David Kidd.
Off the ropes into the clothesline.
And that's just the experience of Rudy Russo.
1, 2.
David Kidd still in it though. Still in it.
Referee Alex Moroso's on top of the action there. Veteran ref.
Veteran. Been around a long time, and I mean that in a good way. Very well respected.
Both refs. Oh, man.
Hard chop.
If there would have been any hair on that chest, he would have knocked it clear off or out through his back.
Oh. There's another hard chop. And the fans are wanting some more.
I think that was one of David's family members wanting him to.
Oh, David with a chop of his own. And another.
Russo knows if you're going to dish it, you got to take it.
That's very true. Hard chops by the Kid.
Great form there from David.
And there just goes that experience again. Russo right on top of him, shutting down the momentum. Oh, surprise sunset flip.
Yeah, but he was smart enough to roll out of the way.
David Kidd building momentum.
That's what I was going to say. The Kid firing up.
With the body slam to the veteran Rudy Russo.
One, two, and
close, but not enough.
Nice appearance of the turnbuckle cover right there.
Only the best for us at Hybrid.
There you go. Block from the Kid, boot to the Russo. He was going for that double underarm DDT.
I think he needs to hit the weights just a little bit harder. He might have had that. Oh.
And it's over for the Kid. Rudy Russo taking the win.
He might have gone to bed on time, but I don't think he ate his vitamins or said his prayers.
Ate his prayers or said his vitamins.
You know where I was
somewhere around there. David Kidd, even though he ended up losing this match, I think this was a great debut.
Still a very impressive debut, especially with a veteran like Rudy Russo. He held his own.
You know, I've heard this before. Rudy Russo ain't no slouch. Yeah. Look at that. Another sign. They started with the sign of respect, ended with the sign of respect. David Kidd making his in-ring debut against Rudy Russo, the winner of the match, Rudy Russo. Awesome.
Both very impressive in this match. David definitely held his own. I think Russo might have got a little bit more respect for him.
All right. Also, you can find all the information you need to get at hybridschoolofwrestling.com. All right. Another quick informational break. Coach Mark, can you give us some information on signing up for the Hybrid School of Wrestling?
Yes, so if it's been your dream to always become a professional wrestler, well, good news, Hybrid School of Wrestling is here. If you're interested, our price is $2,500, available in payments. Along with that, you get a full-fledged facility of training, 3 professional wrestling rings. Not only that, we have some former WWE superstars as our coaches, Coach Sho Funaki, the Red Dog Rodney Mack, and former women's champion Jazz, as well as Cocky Chris Marvel and you get cardio and conditioning training from yours truly, Coach Mark. We also have a full gym that's available to you. So if a gym membership is not in your budget, well, good news, you're able to work out. Along with your workout plans, we also give you meal plans and dieting plans. And it's just a full-fledged facility. So if you're interested, please contact any of our social media pages, get in contact with us, schedule an appointment to come see our facility, and we could talk further more about that.
All right, for all your links, go to thehybridSchoolofWrestling.com, on Facebook.com, hybrid.s.o.w.
So the next person I want to bring out is not scheduled to have a match, but I've heard that he's one of the best students here at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. So we're going to bring him out just to ask him a few questions. From San Antonio, Texas, we're bringing out Drew. Who?
Drew who?
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 Drew.
Who?
Now, I do want to point out that we are going to do the individual matches. Drew who coming out to the ring the first time through the curtain. But I do want to point out on YouTube, there are going to be individual matches. And on Twitch, we're just going to play it straight through with the commentary. So if someone hears us saying, hey, well, we're back after that t-shirt break, that's how they're going to hear it on Twitch. You know, it's individual on YouTube. Now, I'm also pointing out that we're talking over Drew's song because he did have a copyrighted song, even though I told him, are you sure you want to use that song? You know, but Drew, who? I mean, apparently even the person that made his gear didn't know who he was because the big question mark on the back says Drew. So who?
Simply put, that's Drew in a nutshell. Big question mark.
So, you don't have a match
He's not
tonight,
in a nutshell, he's in the ring.
but the trainers wanted me to talk to you because they say very, very good things about you. One of those is that you are just a ball of energy. So the first question I have for you is, where do you get your energy from? How do you channel it?
Growing up, I always wanted to be a professional wrestler, and guess what? I'm here right now, full of energy that I've gotten growing up. So that's why I have full of energy.
He's full of something.
I think he broke into the fridge and got all the rock
So
stars.
another question I'm going to ask for you is, you've been a student here for a while. What are your long-term goals with professional wrestling?
I mean, be the best I can. Be the best in Texas. Be the best in the world.
Oh, he's got a game plan, that's for sure.
You can tell he's a true Texan because it's Texas and the world, not Texas,
when is your
US.
goal? When do you want to debut?
Well, right now my goal is to debut. Right now, I am ready. I am ready to have my debut. So again,
You know, they say be careful what you ask for because you might just get it.
That is very true. And Drew looked like he got it.
Who?
Who? Drew.
Aiden Cristiano, representing La Familia.
This is a true Texas veteran right here. One bad dude.
Yeah, you don't mess with Aiden Cristiano.
Him coming out to the ring is not a good sign for you-know-who.
He also has his own entrance theme, so we don't have to talk as much.
Oh, lucky us.
Much respect for Aiden Cristiano. Dude, he's towering over Don Juan and Drew. Ooh.
you can hold a mic. You can do something. You know, I'm standing back there and I can't believe my ears. Right now is the first ever hybrid experience show, and you're wasting your time on this nobody who isn't even good enough to have a match tonight. And you want to talk about his careers and his ambitions like somebody cares?
Aiden does have a point. He is a big name in Texas. A lot of focus should be on
So I
him.
think they do care a little bit.
Don Juan saying the friends and family care.
And you know, Aiden Cristiano, representing the family. What brings you out here?
I am sick and tired of these rookies thinking just because they have a few months of practice that they can lace up a pair of boots and get in the ring and do what I do. Listen, I don't even
Drew
care what
defense,
your
he has
name
been
is, and I
training.
don't care to know. The only thing I know right now that if you don't get the heck out of my ring right now, I'm gonna make you hurt, I'm gonna make you bleed. And if I was you, I'd go ahead and kick rocks, kid. You say you don't have a match? You know what? You have one right now. Let's get a ref out here.
He told him to get the step.
He told him kick rocks.
You don't have to be pressured into wrestling your first match.
I do want to point out that Aiden Cristiano's gear on his back right there, it
What do you
says La
say? You
Familia,
wanna take him on?
and Don Juan said the family.
He translated for some of the
Let's
fans
do
who
it
are maybe
right
not bilingual.
now.
All right, the referee for this match, Wild Man, Alex Morosos.
You know, Drew does put his heart and soul in. He definitely wasn't going to back down from a challenge, and it's apparent right here as he's taking on Aiden Cristiano.
Now, I have seen the physical transformation that Drew's gone through, and he's kind of near and dear to my heart because when he first got there, he was like me on the pudgy side. And so I've been silently cheering for Drew Who all this time, and he's dropped a bunch of weight, and his wind is up, and
It took some time, but he definitely got to where he needed to be, and the hard work.
another sign of respect. Look at this.
Oof, short-lived respect.
He just slapped the who out of him. Ooh. Ooh. Tie up.
Strong lock up. Aiden showing his dominance. Alex letting him know that he's the man in charge and in the stripes.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak one past Alex Morosos.
Definitely not.
There's a brave one in the crowd out there.
There's always one.
He just said she weighs 300 pounds.
Not holding back the shots.
Hey, look, that's me.
Hey, how are you? Oh,
We're doing this in post. You know, in Drew's defense, he knew he was going to come out and talk. He didn't know he was going to have to wrestle against Aiden Cristiano. And he didn't get a chance to stretch or prepare.
that's very true. But one of the things we teach at Hybrid is always be prepared. And so far, so good.
Beautiful arm drag.
And surprisingly holding his own against Aiden. Nice reversal. Keeping it nice and technical. Fans getting behind him.
Who?
Drew. Drew.
That's what I said. Alex Moroso's large and in charge right there in the ring.
Drew following the rules. Oh.
Getting manhandled. I'm sorry, I don't think you can say manhandled anymore. He's being person jostled.
There you go. That's more politically correct right
Okay.
now. You know, as of late, Drew has been putting in the work, working a lot with Chris Marvel and the Red Dog, Rodney Mack, and it's paying off right now.
I have footage of him in the ring with Sho Funaki as well.
Yes, Sho Funaki has shown to be a big asset here at Hybrid School of Wrestling.
Look at that.
There's that ball of energy. Or maybe it's the Rock Stars.
The Rock Stars. The Hybrid Experience not brought to you by Rockstar, but if you'd like to, hit us up.
It is the preferred drink of choice. Drew with some surprising moves and looking like he's ready for more action.
I was surprised. Drew had hops.
That's what those cardio and conditioning days are for. Get him a little more agile.
Another veteran move by Aiden Cristiano, resetting the count.
You know, these veteran guys, they've been around. They know how to play the game. They make sure it's on their time. Fans once again rallying behind Drew.
Now, is it just me, or was Drew sizing up Aiden Cristiano right now? He may have been learning some other things from cocky coach Chris Marvel.
There's different techniques that we try to utilize in our training. Drew might have picked up a few things. Going down the hard way.
There was a little bit of too much self-confidence there, in my opinion.
Oh, surprising move. Head scissors by Drew. There goes that veteran knowledge going into play again. Oh, and Drew paid the price.
I really like hearing the crowd. Did you hear that lady said, poke his eyes? Don't tell the ref what you're going to do, lady. Drew and who chants. He gave him a little slap to the back of the head as he threw him off there. Did you see that?
The pin, and we got the 2 count.
Aiden Cristiano, knowing the placement, knowing his way around the ring, had enough time to slap Drew in the back of the head.
That's that ring knowledge, that ring experience. You got to think, Aiden is kind of taking this as an insult. He's been around the block. He's not ready for these young guys to try to take his spot. He's going to try to hold on as long as he can.
Ooh.
Nice chop. Drew definitely taking it to him. But not for long.
It doesn't matter how much energy you had, how much knowledge you had. 1, 2. Ooh. A big boot to the face will stop anybody.
That'll definitely stop momentum, no matter who you are. Oh. And now the frustration. Aiden just taking it too straight. Drew. Aiden playing it smart, keeping him down, constricting his breathing.
Hoping that Drew's going to make a rookie mistake.
Counter by Drew. Is it enough?
Is that considered a clothesline or is it just a forearm?
It's a clothesline with the back elbow follow-up. And the splash.
Oh,
So close. Drew almost with the victory in his debut match.
oh man, that would upset Aiden so much. Oh. Whew. I hate to be cliche, but that was like 2 7/8.
Drew with the sidestep. Oh, and a pin.
What?
Roll up.
2.
Drew with the surprising pins.
People aren't going to be saying who much longer.
For who?
For Drew.
Who?
I mean, they're going to know who he is. Drew.
Oh, big boot in the corner.
To the face.
That looks like it's going to do it.
The winner of the match, Aiden Cristiano.
But
Ladies
what
and
an
gentlemen, the winner
effort
of this match,
given
Aiden
by Drew.
Who?
Cristiano.
All right, don't forget, facebook.com, hybrid.sow, hybrid.s.o.w.
You know, so far these matches in the Hybrid Experience show have not disappointed.
There's still 2 more after this, so tune into the Facebook. You're still watching it on Twitter and on YouTube. I said Twitter, didn't I?
Twitch,
Twitch.
and not just my eye, the streaming service.
See, Don Juan polluted my brain. I forgot what Twitch was after he said that.
Speaking of Don Juan, that's a throwback. Retro is back in these days.
Yeah. Delicious, Don Juan. Aiden Cristiano with the win over Drew. All right, Coach Mark, that was a heck of a match. Now, I want to go into, since we're doing these bumpers in between the matches right now for Twitch. You know, I know you're a humble guy and all that, but let's give a shout out because you're part of the reason why these students are doing so well, why Drew is in such good shape now, because he was a little round mound of Drew when he first got there.
He's come quite a long way.
But you have Hybrid Total Fitness.
That is correct.
And you are a licensed personal trainer.
That is correct.
And you help mold people.
Hybrid Total Fitness is exactly what our hybrid School of Wrestling is where it's a hybrid of total exercises, different exercises, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, put on muscle, or just overall fitness. We're able to accommodate all your fitness goals and needs. We are a full-fledged gym. The good thing about our gym is we're a private gym, so if you're a little self-conscious, we can definitely take care of that. We are here to help you, so it's not just for wrestling fitness, it's just overall sound, health, and mind, body, and soul fitness. We accommodate to all fitness levels, whether you're a beginner, whether you're intermediate or advanced.
All right, let's get back to the matches. Hybrid Total Fitness, thank you very much, Coach Mark, and here we go. All right, Maddie Wrenkowski making her debut at the Hybrid School of Wrestling.
You know, shortly after this, she became the second only women's graduate at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Very proud of her. Great job, Maddie.
Yes, we do need to point out, shortly after the first Hybrid experience, Maddie Wrenkowski, Drew Hu, and David Kidd all graduated from the Hybrid School of Wrestling.
That's true, and just goes to prove that hard work does pay off. After 3 great matches on our first show, these guys got that certificate and couldn't be happier for them.
Actual graduates, real wrestlers, in the welcomed into the world of wrestling.
That is correct.
Now, another graduate, one from the last class?
Last class.
The previous class.
Single graduate.
Brandon Weiss.
Shut up!
And he's had an attitude as of late.
I'm talking here, now shut up! When I was told I was coming to the Hybrid Experience, I was so happy. But then, I found out I'm going against a girl.
Hey, it's 2019.
No one asked for your 2 cents. Too much for you.
Very colorful. Very
Now
colorful
in
shirt
Cocoa
he
Beach,
has.
Florida, we don't hit women.
That's
But here
nice.
in Texas, that doesn't seem to be the case.
I take offense to that.
I'm willing to make an exception today.
Something tells me this isn't the first exception he's made.
All right, so Brandon Weiss coming out upset. So he was the single graduate of his class?
Yep, single graduate, and he was the first hybrid challenge winner, as a matter of fact, as well.
I heard something about that.
Yes.
What is the hybrid challenge?
So the hybrid challenge is we had 10 competitors come by elimination. Whether you couldn't take it or somebody was better than you, we would vote on for the next week and the next week. And at the end, everybody fell out. Nobody could withstand the training that we were putting him through, but Brandon Weiss was the only one to stick around.
Wow, shout out to Brandon Weiss, even though, he's a little rude to Maddie right now.
Like I said, a little bit of an ego. I don't know if it's
the legend, Marty Green.
once again, Marty Green in that ring taking the reins.
And the very upset lady around the ring. It's a family show, lady. Quit cussing.
Maddie Wrenkowski. She also had some family in the crowd. Drove down all the way from Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
And stuck around for the Sacred Mass filming afterwards.
Yep.
Full day for them.
Spoiler alert, I get hit in the face with a bottle. Did I sign a contract? I wasn't supposed to talk about that?
We'll wait.
Okay, cool.
Brandon
Disrespect from Brandon Weiss already.
No shame. Couldn't said it better myself.
He's not intimidating Maddie. There's no fear in her face.
Well, she does tower him a little bit, so I mean.
Are you saying that Brandon Weiss secretly looks up to Maddie?
I don't want to say it out loud, but more disrespect, and that is frowned upon at Hybrid School of Wrestling, but they did both sign on for this match.
Man, I felt that through the camera. This crowd definitely on the side of Maddie Wrenkowski.
After that slap, how could you not be? Some power behind that shoulder tackle.
Some attitude. You see the hair?
Oh, quickness. Now, I will point out that Maddie is one of our fastest runners in our class. She does have some great athletic ability, so that quick lightning speed, don't be surprised if you don't see it a little more often in this match.
She said he's literally pulling her hair.
Literally.
Coach Mark, you are the what trainer?
The strength and conditioning coach. Nice takeover.
So that's what you're saying right there about Maddie being one of the fastest runners.
Yes, it is. She's got great conditioning, and it's showing to prove an asset so far. There's that agility. Oh. But that little bit more experience by Brandon Weiss.
See, some people would say that Brandon Weiss is an equal opportunity. He's a modern man. He's treating Maddie Wrenkowski just like he would treat anybody else.
Yeah, that could be said. Or, as the crowd pointed out, he could just be a chicken. Brandon Weiss, knowing he has that 5 count. Marty Green inserting his dominance, his authority. Face first into the turnbuckle.
Oh, you ready to make that one?
He took it there.
Oh,
And Madison with some chops of her own.
forearm to the back.
What do you think you are? Hitting me like that, huh?
I believe Maddie Wrenkowski is her name. Now we do allow our girls to train with the guys and vice versa, and you know, so these two are very familiar with each other.
There it is. 1, 2, 3.
Get the arm up.
Clothesline, folding her in half.
Like a lawn chair.
Now, ironically enough, these two used to train against each other.
Correct.
And I actually have footage. I'm the Hybrid Media Productions company that I work that I have is doing a documentary on jazz, and there's some old footage of these two training.
Like I said, everybody trains with each other, so their first actual match together, but very familiar with each other. Maddie proving to be smart, moving out of the way. Firing up. Oh, big clothesline. And another.
Oh,
Oof. Big drop kick. And followed up by the monkey flip.
she's fired up.
On fire. A little bit of frustration.
This crowd definitely siding with Maddie. Feet on the ropes.
The victory going to Brandon Weiss.
The winner of this match
Using the ropes.
from Cocoa Beach, Florida, Brandon Weiss.
Didn't the man say it himself earlier? No shame. No shame, Brandon Weiss. Don Juan's calling him the Flamingo King, but to me, that's no shame, Brandon Weiss.
No shame, Brandon Weiss.
So,
Where's the cone of shame? Let's get that around.
oh my goodness. So Maddie making her in-ring debut.
Very impressive, though. Very impressive in-ring debut. She definitely held her own, just like all the students have so far.
How do you say her last name?
Wrenkowski. W-R-E-N-Owski.
Now the master of charisma, the MC of the evening, Don Juan.
Maddie,
Texas Street himself.
after that suspicious loss, I'm not going to ask how you're feeling because I know you're probably upset, but how do you feel about your performance in your debut tonight?
I'm not going to ask how you're feeling, but how do you feel?
Well, today literally was my first match, and I feel like I went out there and I literally gave it what I could.
She literally did her best.
These fans have pointed out there may have been a little bit of foul play. I'm just hoping maybe next time we can get a fair fight and go back at it.
Do you think anybody can get a fair fight from Brandon Weiss?
I literally do not.
Next question is,
He's an opportunist. He's going to take those
opportunities
opportunities to
from
win.
here.
Moving
what you gonna
forward,
work on?
I think I just need to keep building and building on literally what I do here, because I want to be able to put on a great performance for you all. I feel like today I kind of got cut short, but literally I need to come back and I need to be better.
And any last words for the fans?
Thank you all so much for coming out tonight to the hybrid experience. Literally, this has been such a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Reality.
Well, literally, I think she did a great, outstanding job.
No shame. Speaking of no shame, there should be no shame for Maddie.
Literally not.
Great job.
She's going to be a great asset in women's Texas wrestling.
All right, during this quick break, we're going to let y'all know September 28th, the next Hybrid Experience live show. I mean, if you want to come see it live, I almost said free. It's not free.
Not free.
Not
quite.
free. Definitely not free. But definitely live. You know, hit up the hybridschoolofwrestling.com. Hit up the Facebook. Look for Hybrid School of Wrestling. That's hybrid.s.o.w. You can find us on Facebook, Hybrid School of Wrestling.
We're not hard to find at all.
And let us know that you're interested on going to the show, because it is for friends and family, and there's a few special invites. It's a very private, very intimate show, the Hybrid School of Wrestling.
That is true, but just because it's private doesn't mean you're not going to have a great time and see some great live action.
All right, and don't forget YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff.
We may bend, we may break. It's the faith that we make. There is no going back. Our course is right on track. Right on track. We're coming up to tear it down. We will rewrite it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for your main event of the evening. It is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the BOW Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first, on my right, he is
I'm the champion.
now Tim first.
Well, you came out first. Why is that? Show me respect.
Introducing first, to my right, he is the current and defending BOW Cruiserweight Champion. He is the self-proclaimed Prince of Hybrid. He is the Pitbull, Richie Garcia. And his opponent, standing a little bit to my left, he is from Los Angeles, California, and he is known as the King of the Lions. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your challenger, Steve Payne. Your referee for this match?
Earlier in the day at the Hybrid School of Wrestling, Steve Payne was putting on a seminar for up-and-coming and other wrestlers.
That is correct. 2-hour seminar, a lot of knowledge given out throughout those 2 hours.
Not just to put over the Hybrid School of Wrestling, but there's a lot of things that y'all got going on there. From the seminars, all these famous wrestlers that are coming in that have been around the world and done all these things, sharing their information with the students of Hybrid, and also Hybrid opening the doors up to other indie wrestlers that want to come out and learn at these seminars. And then you yourself offering Hybrid Total Fitness, and that's open to non-wrestlers also.
That is correct. People looking to get in shape, not only wrestling shape, but just regular physical shape. We offer that as well. We are a full-fledged facility.
I mean, from having the coaches there, Rodney Mack, Jazz, Sho Funaki, Chris Marvel, yourself. Beautiful. I got a little distracted by the wrestling there as I was trying to get business taken care of.
Richie Garcia and Steve Payne definitely putting on a clinic right now.
Now, Richie, before getting to the Hybrid School of Wrestling, he was already wrestling in the indie circuit. Is he a graduate of the Hybrid School of Wrestling?
He is a graduate. He was doing a lot of outside of promotions before coming to Hybrid School of Wrestling. He wanted to polish up. When he found out Chris Marvel was opening up the doors to Hybrid School of Wrestling, he came by and actually put his career on hold for 6 months just so he can polish things up, get better, and the payoff is showing off right now.
Wow. Knees to the face.
Now, Richie Garcia does work a lot in training with Chris Marvel and Rodney Mack, so that intensity level has definitely picked up a lot.
So the moniker of Pitbull is not just something that sounds cool. I've seen Richie before he was at Hybrid, and I see what he's turned into now, and I see that animosity. I see the skill. I see the change in the body. He is a completely different person.
You know, he did tag team for a while, had some different tag team partners, but as of late, been wrestling as an individual, and he's definitely holding his own.
I mean, right now, he's in the ring with an international superstar, Steve Payne.
That is correct. And he is not backing down. You know, call it confidence, call it ego, a little bit of chip on his shoulder, but he's definitely holding his own. Hard chop. And a counter by Richie. Ooh. Steve Payne. With the 1 count. Very smart of Steve Payne. That's that veteran style.
Crowd support for Steve Payne.
You know, at this point, it was a long day, some great matches, but that crowd was still into it from beginning to end.
Two and a half count there from referee Alex Morosos. As you can see, this crowd, at least half of them new to the world of wrestling, learning by the end of the day here, by the time we get to the main event, that you can let loose, you can cheer, you can boo.
If you look closely onto the ring, you'll see some of our students sitting there, and those kind of led the way. The good thing about our students is they were here in total support of every debut we had today and the entire show. Proud to have all those guys aboard. Richie has become quite the striker as of late, working with Rodney Mack. Steve Payne 1 step ahead. Oh!
Dangerous feet from Steve Payne there.
Richie still recovering. Oh! Still had his... Oh, not quite. With the super kick, taking him down.
He's up. Oh!
Belly to back on the ring apron. Some say that's the hardest part of the ring.
Right onto the spine.
That looks to have taken a lot out of Richie Garcia. Steve Payne
catching his breath outside.
Coming in for the
8 count. 2.
Whew. Close call there.
Richie Garcia is the defending BOW champion there.
I was just about to say that, putting that belt on the line. There's some of those strikes we were talking about. Straight punches to the head of Steve Payne. Steve Payne one step ahead. And with the stomp.
Double stomp to the face. Oh my goodness. 1, 2.
Not quite. Not quite enough to put Richie down. Richie Garcia, the self-proclaimed Prince of Hybrid.
Once again, those hard strikes from Richie Garcia.
Neck breaker, let's see if it's enough. With the 2 count. Alex Moroso on his game. Crowd getting into it.
There go the straps.
You know he means business when those come down.
What's Garcia setting up for right here?
A superplex it appears to be. Trying to break him down, getting him ready. Steve Payne will have none of it though. Oh, big move backbreaker to Richie Garcia. That may be enough.
Some would say shades of Chris Marvel with the lung blower, the backstabber.
Very, very similar.
And of course, Chris Marvel's going to say, why'd you say that?
Both up. Not ready to give up on either end. Hard strikes. Hard chop. And one right back. These two are definitely putting their all into this match.
Painkiller.
That looks like it may be enough.
He kicked out right there at the last minute.
Out. And he got it. Steve Payne with the pin.
Got a new champ.
Just waiting on Don Juan.
New champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and new BOW Cruiserweight Champion, the King of the Lions, Steve Payne.
So Marty Green's out there talking to referee Alex Moroso. Marty Green being the senior official.
It looks like some controversy over that win. I don't know what it could be. Steve Payne does not look happy though.
No, definitely not.
Alex Moroso explaining it.
Moroso says to take the belt back. Again, conferencing with Marty Green.
Richie still down. Still recovering from
the painkiller.
The crowd's not ready to see it end either.
You know, we said it earlier, it was at least 100 degrees in there that day.
It was a very hot day.
And this crowd wants 5 more minutes.
From the refs. Marty Green, what happened?
On the 3 count, his foot was under the rope, so there should have been a 3 count. They should have stopped the count right there. His foot was under the rope. He broke the cleanup rope.
He's asking for 5 more minutes.
So that being said, he's asking for 5 more minutes.
Right.
We giving him 5 more minutes?
The crowd wants it, but Richie will take no part in it.
I mean, that is the benefit of being the champion.
You know, he has that right. He has that option, and he's opting out.
He knows he doesn't have to give the crowd what they want, and he doesn't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the ref's decision, this match is a no contest.
All right, so we're going to end the inaugural episode of the Hybrid Experience with the no contest because Richie Garcia just doesn't want to give the fans what they want.
It's a sad way to end it, but it was a great match from beginning to end. I applaud both those men for giving their all. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Hybrid Experience. It was a great effort by all of our students who made their debut. We also like to thank everybody who volunteered and gave their time and efforts. Special shout out to Coach Rodney Mack, Coach Jazz, Coach Funaki, Coach Chris Marvel, Josh from Hybrid Media.
Hybrid Media Productions Pro. Yep, that's me.
We'd like to thank everybody. And if you're interested, our next show will be September 28th. So tune in for the next Hybrid Experience show. This one was a great show, so no telling what the next one has in store.
So don't forget, we'll see you on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, hybridschoolofwrestling.com. And don't forget the shout out for Coach Mark. I know you didn't shout out to yourself.
Woot woot.
Yes. But all right. So until next time, I don't have a catchy catchphrase or anything like that to say at the end.
Stay true. Stay true.